Hey everybody, I'm the Pigglesworth, and welcome back to Breakout. It would appear I have a dandruff problem. Yes, I do. Or at least the worker up there in the autosieve has a dandruff problem. Maybe that's what it is. Oh, man. Okay, so I have had this stuff running off and on for the past week making things for me. I have used the auto hammer, and we've got ourselves a nice bit of gravel, but we've converted some of that into sand. Some of that gets converted into dust, which is right here. And we've been running a bunch of gravel through here so we can see... We're finally getting, what was it, gold that we were almost out of? Yeah, so look, we're starting to get our gold back. We're starting to get a whole bunch of stuff back. But I went ahead and did this. I put a little bend in the pipe, and I've got this hopper here. So now I can load this thing and let it run so we can get a lot more stuff running a lot longer, which is awesome. And then I've also been running a bunch of charcoal through here. I think I've loaded this thing 2 or 3 times now. And look, we have got mana in the mana pool. Yes, we do. How do we do this? Right-click it. Wow, that thing is 3/4 of the way full. Awesome. So that thing is really filling up. So today we're going to get on with viewer comments. We have a whole bunch of viewer comments, really good viewer comments too. See how many we can get through here today. And maybe we can get that stuff made over there, which would be just awesome. So, Diamond Sky said, charcoal is great for feeding the endoflame, which is what we've been doing, and bone mealing mystic plants, then shearing them give you more petals for output. Now, I think this was said in an earlier video, and I think it was the last video we'd experimented about right here with planting petals and harvesting, so we figured those out. But I did, since they get, ooh, that was weird. I've not seen these little blue bubbles. Does that happen when it's close to full? That's crazy. But yeah, I wanted to go ahead and mention the comments because they put comments down. And that little thing's moving in there. I am so distracted. Okay, so. JS Fluix says, you don't need to link the endoflame. You already have a green check mark. So let's sit here and look and see if we can see what's going on. So see, I'm looking at the bounding box. But if you look at the bottom... Okay, if we look at the right of the word unknown status, there's a check mark. So that's telling me that these things are linked. Oh, the bounding box around the mana spreader's changing colors. Okay, that's a little confusing. Yeah, you backed up the world. Great, thank you and all that good stuff. JS Flink says you should break the mana spreader with an axe. I think I was trying to use a pickaxe, but that makes more sense because he says it's made of living wood. So wood and an axe match as far as tools and materials. JS Flink says, hey, why didn't you try to use the carry-on mod to pick up the chicken? Now, I know I've done this in SevTech where we can pick up animals in SevTech, but I didn't know it was the carry-on mod that was letting me pick up the animal. Let's see here. Get the apple out of your hand, piggy. And see if you can pick up the chicken. Oh, we're getting eggs. Awesome. Oh, see, I'm right-clicking and nothing's happening. I bet that, what was it? Letter I, right-click. Oh, there we go. Now we have a chicken cannon. Awesome. So you can pick up mobs in this. That is cool. I really wish there was a way to do that in vanilla. I know. Oh, wait. How in the world? How did an egg get a... You, sir, look away. You're not supposed to see what's going to happen. No, stop peeking. I'll block your view. Ooh, we got a feather. Yes, that's what I've been waiting for forever. Made a rhyme and everything. Ooh, and 10 eggs. Awesome. I guess let's go ahead and hop back up here. I know you can use leads in vanilla Minecraft to move mobs around, but it would be nice if you could pick up villagers and mobs and all kinds of stuff. You could actually give a creeper a hug. Let's see here. JS Flink says, place redstone current over a hopper to control this mechanism. And there, as I read through, there are a couple other people that gave this same suggestion, which is a really good suggestion. I think what I'm going to do is between this episode and the next, I'll off-camera fool around with some different configurations, and that way I'm not spending time on camera, because I got a lot of comments to get through, but I'm definitely going to experiment with that. I thought that was a really, really cool idea. And JS Flink says the items probably despawned over here, and what that's about is we have to go around to actually look, because we're in tight quarters here. We don't have a way to break this obsidian. Boop. There we go. We had tried to make some Terra steel over here, and I put 3 items here, but they despawned. That's what everybody concluded is. It's not so much that we didn't have enough mana, it's that the items despawn. And they gave me a fix. So we'll get to that. He said, Jad's Flink said, place sparks on the Terra steel terrestrial plate and the mana pool to make mana move much quicker. So does that mean we don't need the mana spreader to move it? Sparks will move it? Let's experiment with this and find out. Although I wonder, because everybody kept saying use the mana spreader up against a mana pool to pull mana from it. But that might be so that we can get that altar to work. So let's see, where are the sparks? Okay, I have the sparks. Control. There we go. Sparks are interesting entities created from a combination of raw energy and mana. They have the ability to be placed on top of a few specific mana-containing or accepting blocks, mainly mana pools. Some blocks have the ability to harness mana from sparks, but the uses for them seem limited to a few blocks right now. Placing a spark on top of a mana pool and another on top of a block that can accept it will allow for the latter to remotely access the reservoirs of the mana pool when needed, given it's not too far away. To remove a spark, simply shift right-click it with a Wand of the Forest. Regular right-clicking shows which other sparks it can transfer to. In the case that one might think that sparks are too obtrusive in their looks, one can use Phantom Ink to turn the target spark highly translucent. This does not consume the ink. So if I just right-click, so if I right-click here, okay, and then we can use the wand, I guess, to see. Oh, wait a minute. So I right-clicked it. Is right-clicking it showing me which one is connected? I guess so. Oh, look, the bubbles are going up to it. Okay, cool. So so we can do this. We can go and connect this. Let's see. Mana spreader. It's odd that you have to click it. See how we're aiming at this? You would think just by looking at it, it should go ahead and tell you. So if I shift right-click there. Okay, now it's aimed at that. Now right-clicking that tells me nothing. I guess this doesn't actually store mana. It just starts consuming it. But look, we can see that, mana spreader, runic altar. So it is pointed at that. Okay, so that makes more sense. And let's see here. Mustang Girl basically said said the same thing. Items probably despawn, and you need to use sparks to speed up the process. That was my compacting drawer information changing. I'm like, what? Because I'm looking at my notes, but out of the corner of my eye, I could see my screen changing. All right, so see, we got to get these apples again. We're consuming apples today. It's an apple kind of day. I'm not the pig with the apple in its mouth, though. We're not cooking piggy. That's not happening for all you connoisseurs out there. Get up there. There we go. Okay, so EdDog6666 says you can see how much mana is in the pool by right-clicking it with the Wand of Forest, which is what we did. So that's cool. That shows you that. Mana spreader. I typed that wrong. Mana spreader will only accept up to 5 endoflames. So technically we could get 2 more endoflames and place them here, and that could help speed up that process just a little bit. Okay, I wrote the same note twice. That's why I'm sitting there reading it. I'm like, wait a minute. I think I just said that. You can use a comparator to read if the mana pool is full and use it to shut off the charcoal dropper, which is a really good idea. I'd been wondering that in the back of my mind. What happens when this is full and this still keeps spitting out charcoal? So we could make a lock where when the mana pool is full, it sends out a signal, and it would basically lock this system from working, and it would hold on to the charcoal and request more whenever we used up mana. So that's a really good idea. He said there are 3 tiers to runes. So let's back this up. Runes? No? Maybe. Oh, just rune. Okay. Rune of water, fire, earth, and air. Okay, so he said that's elements? then seasons, autumn, winter, and then we have mana. And then he said the 7 deadly sins: lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, envy, and pride. That's interesting. Huh. Okay. And he said that sometimes you have to use runes to make runes. So, you have to spend money to make money. That kind of deal. Said hydradia is a good flower to use, but you have to have an infinite water source nearby. Let's look that up. Maybe this? Hydrangea. Okay. Yeah, that's one of those words that are really tricky to try and spell. Okay, so we could make that using some petals. Just friendly crustaceans hold control. Act as a liquid-based passive generator. They'll suck up any still water in a 3x3 area around it on the same height, creating mana from it. The amount they produce is comparable to that of an endoflame. They also seem to function faster during the rain. They're fleeting for and will decay after 1 hour of real-world time. Oh, that's stinkerish. So they make the same amount of mana that endoflames make, but endoflames don't get consumed. Hydrangeas does, and because we're in a setting where having an infinite water source doesn't work, we have to generate water. I don't know. I get the feeling using these endoflames is probably a little better right now because they don't get consumed. They're not going to disappear on us. And we've got a fairly simple setup for making charcoal and just moving it over here. But thank you for that suggestion. That was a good suggestion. He said to place sparks above these items, just like we did. That's going to help with a faster mana transfer. Basically, what he had said was to make Terra Steel takes 7 minutes. Items despawn in 5. So placing items here, they despawn before 2 minutes is up. Do the math. 7 minus 5 is 2. So we need to move mana quicker using this spark. So we're gonna give that a shot as well. He said that the mana spreader will move 1/16 of its mana. I guess this is like per tick or something. But a spark will move it 1/8. So a spark is going to move the mana twice as fast. And Terra still needs 1/4 to 1/2 of a mana pool. But what's awesome is we've got 3/4 of a pool, so we're ready to go there. And he said, be mindful that later in the game, you're going to need 2 mana pools to make a specific item. So we'll have to keep that in mind. Let's see here. What I was going to say, let's go ahead and get this process going. Now, see, it's so odd. If I'm right-clicking these items here, ooh. Oh, cool. Look at that stuff move. Oh, and we can walk through here, too. Oh, no. If you get near it, you pick it up. And all day long, you'll have bad luck. Okay, so we still got 3/4. So let's place this stuff down and then walk around the other side. That's kind of stinkerish the way that they've got that set up. You think it would be a little bit more like the runic altar thing, or like these where you place the items down and it's not so sensitive. Oh, that was quick. Did we get Terra Steel? Awesome. And how much did it use up? Almost none? That's crazy. All right, cool. So let's check the book. Quests and other quests. Wait. Consume. Ooh, to get a pick of choice? Detect and submit, please. We got a pick of choice. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We got a pick of choice. Yes, we do. And I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to wait till next episode before I break through one of these, so it's going to be a little bit of a suspense factor going there. Because we need to focus. We need to focus on the comments today. That's today's subject matter. But we've got this, and I need to make sure I don't lose it. So we're going to do that so I don't toss it on the ground and it despawns. That would really, really stink. All right, so let me go over here and move my notes down so I can make sure I can see all of them. Okay, so Nighty Panther said the floral fertilizer will only work on a 2x2 patch of grass. So me planting it here wasn't too big of a loss because we've got a 2x2. What they said was the reason why you might want to do it in a bigger area is because if you accidentally click the fertilizer twice, since there's more grass over there, you could get a chance of getting some flowers out of it. So that was more of a fail-safe in that respect. Nighty Panther said, check the quest book. See, how do we get to the main? I shared Entry, what? Okay. I didn't want to share it, but okay. So Nighty Panther says go to this, and then each of these, generating flora. Each of these Nighty Panther considers to be a chapter. So if we go to generating flora, here's all the different flowers that create mana, and we could click on these and learn about different things about each flower. Aha. See, I think in my brain I saw generating flora, and I thought that this was a chapter about making flora, not flora that generates things. Although I guess it would be flora generation would be creating flora, and generating flora is flora that generates. That makes sense. That little reading thing that my brain does whenever I read words. The red arrows have to do with the tutorial section. So I think it's basic mechanics. Welcome to not welcome to Botania. Go back. No, not share. How do we go back one level? A tutorial of the basics in game. This red arrow is what everybody was talking about. So that's what that was. So now I can go back and actually read that off camera and figure out what that stuff's about. Nighty Panther said that elemental runes will give you 2 mana, 2 each, but the mana rune only gives you 1. So me thinking that somehow I had messed up the recipe and was getting double runes for one thing and only 1 for another wasn't a mistake. It's actually what's in the game. You only get 1 for 1 on that. So that's good to know that I didn't mess that up. The quest book can take up to 5 seconds to detect stuff in your inventory for quest completion. So just be patient, and sometimes you have to back out of the book and then go back to the book. So it's kind of like you have to reset it. It's a little quirky is what it is. So you have to be kind to it and work with it. Anis Teher said, use redstone to lock a hopper when feeding coal to the machine. That was another person that suggested doing that. And then Medopema says, I will place an image of the red arrow in Discord, meaning this note for the Botania book. This red arrow. And that's a perfect place for me to plug my Discord channel. You might be saying to yourself, what Discord, Piggy? What Discord? Well, look down in the description area, and you'll see a link you can click on, and it'll take you to my Discord channel, and you can come hang out with everybody and see what in the world is going on over there. Medopema says that different apothecaries are for decoration only. So see how we have different ones? I wasn't sure if maybe they did different things, but apparently these are just for decorative purposes. And I'll be honest with you, this could make for like a really cool building block, like the base or top of a column or something like that if you were building. As long as the game didn't see a ton of apothecaries and start causing lag because it was trying to keep track of them, that can make for interesting building things. Detect quests require you have those items held in your inventory. Partial completion is for consume quest only. So what this means is the consume quest, like say it needed 10 of these and I had only made 3, I could say detected and submit, and it would submit 3 out of the 10 and show me I still needed 7. So that's what that was about. The timer is the quantity of mana needed, not the actual time. So we were trying to create something over here, and then right up kind of to the right-hand side, we could see this little clock timer thing going. And I thought it was quantity of time before the item was created, and what it actually was how much mana was still being required to make the item. So using sparks to move mana quicker would make that quote-unquote timer move much faster. So that's what that was about. And then check on the Skystone quest. You might need to set up some stuff to run in the background while you're doing other things, because it takes a while. So let's go over here and check Crossroads. Skystone is complete. Fluix. And Pressing Matters. Alright, so let's check this. Once I obtain a precious charged Certus Quart from my sieve, I can throw it in a pool of water with a redstone dust and a chunk of nether quartz to get a precious Fluix crystal. More plain Certus can be charged using an aptly named charger. Additional crystals can be made by grinding them into dust and crafting seeds, then throwing them in water to grow. This not only doubles my crystals, it also makes a more pure version. This process is time-consuming unless a crystal growth accelerator attached to either an ME network or an energy acceptor is used. A phytogenic isolator can also grow crystals. So making charged crystals looks like that's going to take a little bit of time, so that's probably one of them. Pressing matters. If we want to solve our storage problems once and for all, we need to get things out of chests and drawers and into energy-based storage. In order to make storage, first we need to inscribe some processors using a machine called an inscriber, combined with presses to imprint specific materials and then combine them. On some worlds, presses are hidden in meteors, but fortunately you are hidden in a meteor yourself, so you can craft them directly. So making an inscriber will be another thing that we need to do. So we're inside a meteor. Spoiler alert, we just got told what's going on. We're floating in space inside a meteor, apparently. Oh my gosh. But that is all the comments for today. Thank you so much for all those comments. Those were awesome. So we've got a little bit of stuff to do to move forward. We rework this and make a little bit more compact redstone kind of deal based off of what everybody said. We got Terra steel made, which is super awesome, so we can move forward in that. We got one of two rooms that we're going to open up, and we have a quest line, probably the Fluix quest line, that we need to get moving on. We completed this and never claimed. I get 18 grains of infinity? What was the other one? To infinity and beyond? I get another pure... Oh, I get 10 more experience. Okay. Terra steel. Make a block of Terra steel. Yeah. Okay, so we got one more thing to do. It's just, there's always just one more thing, isn't there? But if you enjoyed today's episode, please click that like button. If you want to see more of these as I release them, don't forget to subscribe. And also, if you want YouTube to notify you whenever I put out videos, click the notification bell. And sometimes you'll get notified, and sometimes you won't. It's like a gamble. You don't know if it's going to happen or not, so you still have to keep your eye on that subscription list. Or you can join my Discord channel, where I post every single video I put out, and you won't miss a thing, and you won't have to sort through all of YouTube to find it. Yeah, see how that works? Okay, so I'm going to get myself ready for next episode, flip a coin or something to figure out which room to go into, which everybody's screaming right now which one to go into. But I can't hear you. I'm eating apples, and they're noisy. But thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode.